going on, guys? Welcome back to the Red Devil Circle. Let me adjust my camera here. Alright, we're good to go. Welcome back to the Red Devil Circle. If you're new on this channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you can get to hear my beautiful voice, man. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about the missing Greenwood situation, hopefully for the final time, because it's taking a lot out of me, and I'm just happy to put this to rest, right? So Manchester United came out with a club statement, and also Mason Greenwood released a statement, um, thereby terminating the relationship between Greenwood and the club, and he's gone. Greenwood is gone. He's not going to be playing for this club anymore. So I'm just going to give my perspective on things, on how things have panned out, and what I think about the whole idea of the statement, and I'm just gonna give more of a deep dive, and try to show you my thought process and what I think about everything that's been put out in the club statement, on the Greenwood statement. But before I get into that, I just want to say, guys, like, for real, if you're in a relationship, friendship, whatever the case may be, right, and you don't feel right there, and it you only get to do life once, right? You only get a chance to do this life once. If you're in a relationship or friendship or whatever ship it is, that it's just not right with you. You don't feel respected. You don't feel valued. You feel like you've been taken for granted. If you're in any kind of relationship like that, I urge you to just let it go, to just do what you need to do. That deep feeling inside you that's telling you to leave that relationship, you need to follow it. Do what you have to do to make sure that your future is way better than what it is right now. Because that feeling that's telling you, oh, this is not right, it's definitely not right, and you don't deserve to feel that way. But I'm going to get into what's being put out now. The club statement on Greenwood. This is what it says, right? Our process commenced in February 2023, following all charges against Mason being dropped. Throughout, we have taken into account wishes, rights, perspective of the alleged victim, along with the club's standards and values, and sought to collate as much information and context as possible. This has required us to proceed with sensitivity and also care to obtain evidence not in the public domain, including from those with knowledge of the case, meaning they have some inside information that we don't have an idea about. So, based on the evidence available, we have concluded that the material posted online did not provide a full picture, and that Mason did not commit the offenses in respect of which he was originally charged. That said, as Mason publicly acknowledges today, he has made mistakes which he is taking responsibility for. So obviously this has been orchestrated, and they're putting out the information about the same time, right? They've worked together throughout this whole process and suggested the best way to deal with it with his family and whatnot. They've come together to suggest a best way to follow through with the situation going forward. And you see in there in the statement that Greenwood and Manchester United are working hand in hand in this, and it also reads, all those involved, including Mason, recognize the difficulties with player commencing his career at Manchester United. It has therefore been mutually agreed it would be most appropriate for Mason to do so away from Old Trafford and away from Manchester United. We will work with Mason to achieve that outcome. Let me just check my microphone here. Okay, it's all good. Okay, so yeah, there's two big takes on this, right? Based on the evidence available, we have concluded that the material posted online did not provide a full picture that Mason did not commit the offenses. So they're saying they have information there that the public does not know about. But also, what you need to notice there is they did not say in any way that the material posted out there was fake. And that's huge. That's huge. Because to me, everything is looking more like a cover-up to not completely destroy the image of Mason Greenwood, to give him a chance out there, out in the world, out in a different club, to try and rebuild, to try and succeed. And that's why they're saying they've worked hand in hand with the family of the victim, his family. They've orchestrated the best way to put out this contract termination to try and save some image from Mason Greenwood. That's what it's looking like to me. Bear in mind, this is my view, right? This is my view on things. They are not saying that the stuff that have been put out there that started this investigation was fake. Alright? That's clear. They have not said it was fake. I will read Mason Greenwood's statement in a minute, but it does not say it was fake. But they're saying that they have some information that we don't have. Maybe some kind of explanation from Mason Greenwood or more evidence, which I doubt. Which I doubt could even, could even make us understand what the fuck we listened to and heard and the photos we saw. There's no good explanation for it. Does Mason Greenwood have a kink that no one knows about? Right? It's just not right. Right? Evidence was out there. They're coming out. No one's saying this shit was fake. Right? It was facts. The stuff that was put out there was real. It wasn't AI generated. It was real. So yeah. And the second big take on this was let me see where throughout we have taken. Okay, they're saying throughout we have taken account wishes, rights, perspective of alleged victim, along with the club standards and values, and sought to collect as much information and context as possible. This has required us to proceed with sensitivity and also care to obtain evidence not in public domain. So that's that's another big take there. They have evidence that's not in public domain. So whatever I'm saying right now, I'm just saying out of my ideology what I think about this. So like I said before, they have evidence that we don't know about. But my point is that evidence, how does it relate to what was put out there, right? Like I said, does he have a kink? Was he AI generated? No, it wasn't, because it was real. And that's what the club is saying here, that the evidence was not enough to say he was guilty, and then they have further evidence that the public doesn't know about that's saying that Mason Greenwood did not do it. So it ought to have been some kind of explanation about his kinks or something, because it doesn't make sense. The pictures put out there with a black eye and whatnot, I don't want to get into details, but it just doesn't make sense. Like, if you're not going to give us a full picture, what can we take from this? What is the context from releasing this club statement without real proof that this guy had nothing to do with what happened to her? Right? Did she get robbed and then try to stage it as a Mason Greenwood something? Like, you need to give us the full picture. Or what we can take from this is that it's just a cover up to save Mason Greenwood some image. Now I'm going to read Mason Greenwood's statement. Right? I'm just giving you all what I think about this. Right? This is what I think. Right? If you don't like it, you can fuck off and go watch someone else. But this is what I think about the situation. I'm gonna read Mason Greenwood's statement right now. Alright, I want to start. This is Mason Greenwood. I want to start by saying I understand people will judge me. Of course they will. Because of what they have seen and heard on social media, and I know people will think the worst. Obviously, right? I was brought up to know that violence or abuse in any relationship is wrong, as I did not do the things that was that I was accused of. I did not. That's another big statement there. He did not do the things he was accused of. That's what he's saying. And also in February, I was cleared of all charges. However, I fully accept that I made mistakes in my relationship, and I take my share of responsibility for the situations which led to the social media post. All right. So he's come out there and said he takes responsibility for it, for what was posted on social media, or the situations that led to what was posted on social media. But mind you, he did not say that what was posted was fake. He has not said that. And he said he did not do the things that he was accused of, which was domestic abuse. Alright? Um Everything here is looking more like a cover up for Mason Greenwood to me. Trying to save him his career and the image of not looking like a rapist or someone who just beats up their girlfriend and whatnot, right? That's what it's looking more like to me. I continue reading. I am learning to understand my responsibilities to set a good example of a professional footballer, and I'm focused on the big responsibility of being a father as well as a good partner. Now, this is what I'm gonna say on that, right? He broke a law. He wasn't supposed to be in proximity with his girlfriend, right? At the time where he had all these charges against him, and they went and had a baby together, and then obviously the charges were dropped because you can't make sense of that in the courtroom. He wasn't supposed to be in proximity with the girl, with the victim in this case, and they went and had a baby together. What guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think of that? Does that not look like a cover up upon cover up upon cover up? It just seems to me like you're like, okay, this is the best way we're gonna get Greenwood out of this situation. Really. And the fact that they're not putting, like, what is so wrong with the whole view of things that you can't post the truth out there to get yourself out of a situation where, mind you, you're saying that you did not commit that crime, or do what they're accusing you of. What is so weird about the whole picture of things that you can't post the truth out there? And that's the big take on this. All right, no one's coming out to say that everything posted on social media was fake. Now, think of that how you want. Do with that information what you would like. But to me, the statement is just a cover up, and Greenwood and their family, everyone is just trying to save the face of Greenwood. I'll continue reading. Today's decision has been part of a collaborative process. Another great point. Between Manchester United, my family, and me, the best decision for us all is for me to continue my football career away from Old Trafford. You're damn right. Where my presence will not be a distraction for the club. Fucking damn right too. I thank the club for their support since I joined age 7. They will always be a part of me, which is United. No comments on that, bro. I am enormously grateful to my family and all my loved ones for their support, and it's now for me to repay the trust those around me have shown. I intend to be a better footballer, but most importantly, a good father, a better person, and to use my talents in a positive way on and off the pitch. All right, so we've read that whole thing, right? What are you guys feeling right now? Because it's all a cover up. It's a PR spin to me. The way they're playing on the minds of of the people that on the back end of the screen, right? You're reading this and you're like, oh, maybe he didn't do it, bro. You saw the pictures of someone being taken advantage of, right? And because of a statement someone's put out, just a PR spin, and you just gonna they're just gonna play on your minds, and you're ignoring what the victim had gone through in that period of time. Even if it was a fucking kink or whatever it is, I don't know the whole truth, but I'm just giving you my fucking view. Like, what will warrant your sister or your mother or your child or your female child going through that kind of shit, right? Paint the picture for me. What would justify her going through such a thing? Hmm? Like, this statement is that Greenwood has come out with and the club has come out with, it needs more context. They're not telling us the whole truth. They're saying it's not true. But then they're also saying what was put out there was part of a story that we don't completely know about. Did she get robbed? She got beat up, and the robber or the person who mugged her took all her belongings and beat her up was also put a Mason Greenwood voice recording or something while he was robbing her. Like, tell. I don't get it. I don't get it. Or was this some AI generation, early AI generation of Mason Greenwood, of the Mason Greenwood situation, or of Mason Greenwood physically abusing someone? It was just AI generated. Because I don't understand that. It's a sore topic, guys. I don't like talking about it, but look, I I at an early age had to be able to understand what domestic abuse is like, right? And I know for a fact that someone shouldn't go through stuff like that, right? And to understand that as an early age, not a lot of people can do that. And that was something that built me to be a strong-minded person, right? To not take shit from people. And I just think this is a cover up upon cover up. It's all a cover up. And the obviously Manchester United had collaborated with the family and whatnot to get a best possible outcome out of this, right? For Mason Greenwood. And that's what I think about it, right? The fact that there's just so many things out there that screams out to me that he's guilty. His teammates unfollowed him. Whatever you want to think about that, it just shows that his teammate don't trust that he didn't do it. No one is backing him that he didn't do stuff like that, right? I mean, when Neymar was being accused of things, his teammates weren't unfollowing him because why? They probably thought that Neymar isn't that kind of person. His teammate, dude, you share the locker room with these guys every day. There's obviously a behavioral pattern that will make them vouch for you. Whatever the case may be, they'll vouch for you. But in this guy's case, the very moment the news broke, everyone's unfollowing him. Everyone. Nike terminated the contract. Everyone is just going against him. And even on the social, there were reports that things are being covered up about domestic abuse. That that were there were things that weren't put out there just to protect Mason Greenwood's image, and because he was playing for social at the time, there were things swept under the rug. And then months later, there's hard evidence put out there on social media, and he got fucked. So yeah, that's my take on this, guys. I think there's more to the story, but I also think the evidence that was out there can be overlooked because obviously it wasn't fake, it wasn't generated by AI, it was real, and there's a victim at the back end of this, and God knows however she's taking that or however I don't know the whole story. I can't comment on the victim. I gotta respect that. But like I said at the beginning of the video, you only get to do life once. Don't spend your time with people who are gonna affect you negatively. Let that simmer in your mind, guys. Let that simmer in your mind. I think this was a good decision, but I don't like the way they put things out there because you're playing on the mind of people who can't think for themselves, right? They always want what is put out there to think for them. It's just like the government feeding you shit, making you looking at you like whatever they're giving to you. You're not thinking about the whole picture, and they put this shit out there, and they're just thinking that everyone is stupid. Are you stupid? Can't you think for yourself? You gotta ask yourself that question. What's your whole view about this? Let me know in the comments. For the ones who are not stupid, let me know what you really think about this situation. Let me know what your view is. Um, like I said before, I had to learn at an early age what shit like this looks like, and I've grown a lot. I had to grow a lot from an early age, and it was just it helped me mature a lot from a young age, and I don't think you should condone things like that. Not in a relationship, not in friendship, not in any ships, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy this, drop a like, subscribe.